Hello dear students, in my last video I discussed about the right to life. So today I will tell you about right to life in Indian Constitution. It's given as fundamental right of the people of India under 21st article, under the article 21 of if you will see that right to life in the context of Indian Constitution. In our Indian Constitution, it is provided, right to life is provided to all Indian people as fundamental, one of the fundamental rights. Under the article 21 of the Indian Constitution. According to this article, no human being, no citizen of India must be threatened by any aggression, any food security, or by situation arising committing suicide. So here one example, very recent example I am going to give you. So in 2021, the chief editor of Republic Bharat news channel of TV Mr. Arnab Goswami was arrested by the Maharashtra government and Mumbai police by Sachin Baje Paramveer Singh. And kept Mr. Arnav in Tanija jail. So, a recent case I am presenting in India. What is the meaning of a right to life? Arnab Goswami, in falsehood, he was arrested by the state government of Maharashtra, and the police commissioner, Mr. Paramveer Singh and Sachin Baje illegally and he was kept in Tanija jail. At that time, what was happened? So it was a matter in a 2021 case. So for which every citizen of India was stunned. So J.D. Bakshi, retired Chief of Army, retired Commander, appealed to the President of India to release Mr. Arnab Goswami. Again, in this regard, Subramaniam Swami, appealed to the Prime Minister of PM of India, and then Mr. Arnab Goswami appealed to the Supreme Court and the Chief Justice of Supreme Court state ordered to state the case and release Mr. Goswami from the jail. So, my dear students, this was the recent case. Arnab Goswami was falsely accused, and it was the conspiracy among the Maharashtra government and the then police commissioners Parambir Singh and Sachin Baje to arrest Arnab Goswami and to stop his channel. It was the threatened without any notice. They entered in the house of Mr. Arnab Goswami and they threatened his family members and brutally dragged him and kept in Tanija jail. That was threatened to the right of the life of Mr. Arnab Goswami. At that time, all the people of India were stoned what was happening in Maharashtra. And especially G.D. Bakshi, our retired Jawan and Defense Department of India, he appealed to the President of India, Mr. Govind, to release, to free Arnab Goswami from this falsehood. The same time, Subramaniam Swami, one of the BJP leaders, also appealed to Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi to appeal what the injustice was given and a threatened to life of Arnab Goswami and his family members were given. So, and this appeal was made by threatened to life. This appeal was made by Arnab Goswami himself and his family members to the Supreme Court. And Mr. Chandrachud, at that time Chief Justice, the panel of 5 juries, Chief Justices, and decision was given as soon as possible, released free Arnab Goswami to secure his life. It was one historical achievement of our Court of Justice, the highest court of justice of India, Supreme Court, given the order for which Arnab Goswami was released from jail and led one happy, prosperous and one secured Indian TV channel chief editor of Republic Bharat. So, next to right to life, our legal rights coming as right to personal liberty. citizen of a state wants to be free, independent. And so we will see every citizen in the state wants freedom. So, every individual in the state wants to enjoy freedom, and the same time they just and to become independent and to become independent. So, here the individual's liberty and freedom, here individuals liberty and freedom are incorporated in this so we will see that the specially independence, here liberty and freedom are incorporated with this right to personal liberty. This is giving one recommendations, one recognitions through the recognitions are made by state and protected by laws. So, we will see here what are there. It is physical freedom of body. It means right to personal liberty is given, that a freedom of it is specially given to people, that personal liberty is mingled with the physical freedom of body. Physical freedom of body. Next, we will see freedom. It is freedom from arrest. And detained from false imprisonment and detained in false imprisonment. At the same time, that is withholding freedom to take the movement. First, I go to international field about this particular right to personal liberty. So, I am giving one example. In Bangladesh, Taslima Nasrin, it is international case. Taslima Nasrin, one Bangladeshi lady doctor come writer, criticized her religion and religions, the tough situation of Islamic religion against Islamic women, for which she was debarred from the country, and she had taken refuge in India for several years, and now she is living in England. So I am giving international. It is first, you understand, every citizen in the state wants to freedom to become independent. So here individual's liberty and freedom are incorporated with this right of personal liberty. So what liberty and freedom are joined with right to personal liberty. So recognitions are made by the state and the protected by the laws. This right to personal liberty. This personal liberty also recommended physical freedom of the body. It is recognized as a physical freedom of a body, freedom from the arrest and detained in the false imprisonment, freedom to take the movement. So I will discuss now this matter. So let us see. International issues international issues. First is Taslima Nasrin of Bangladesh. She had to leave. She was thrown out by her own country and lived in India and presently at present she lived in England. That means Taslima Nasrin was deprived of, she was deprived of her personal liberty. So, only she is one feminist, and which injustices were done to the Muslim women in Bangladesh. She had raised that questions in her book Lajja and some other books, for which Bangladeshi ulemas out Taslima Nasrin from Bangladesh, and she was going to be murdered. Death punishment was offered to her, and she came to India and resided in India as a refugee for several years. Then she went to England, and up to now she was living there. So next case from our neighboring country, Pakistan, we will see. Second example, in Pakistan, the then PM Mr. Nawaz Sharif was outcast overthrown by the military decaf Mr. headed by part-5. So, here we will see the personal liberty in international field. Was taken in so many cases are there. I am giving only one or two examples. In international case, in Pakistan, the PM the then PM Mr. Nawaz Sharif was overthrown by the military decaf headed by Parvez Musharraf, and he was denied. That is, Nawaz Sharif was denied not to enter. In particular, Pakistan land. So, here the personal liberty of Mr. Nawaz Sharif was gone. We will see in India what are happening. We will see. So, right to personal liberty in the glance of India. So, Indian Constitution granted a right to life and right to personal liberty in the fundamental rights under the article 21, article 19. It is freedom of movement. So, in India, right to life and right to personal liberty are coming under the article 21 and so on, and these are incorporated with the fundamental rights of India. So, we will see the cases, right to personal liberty in India. It was given that A.K. Gopalan versus Madras State. A.K. Gopalan versus State Madras. Second, Menaka Gandhi versus UOI in 1970. 1878. So, here the judgment, and before that I had given you about Arnab Goswami, versus Maharashtra government, and Mumbai police. So, A.K. Gopalan was one communist leader. He made one petition against Madras state. It was result was a case was overruled. Case was overruled. Again, Manohar Gandhi versus UOI in 1978. The case was overruled. By Supreme Court. Here, same thing. The case was overruled by the Supreme Court. That means in the glance of Indian Constitution, right to life and a right to personal liberty are both as the essence of human rights, civil rights, and these are only protected by the judiciary, by the writs, habeas corpus, mandamus, certiorari, and quo warranto. I am writing. These particular rights are protected by the law. Protected by the law by right to life and personal liberty are protected by these protected by the court of law laws through the writs, habeas corpus, statutory coherent habeas corpus mandamus statutory and coherent. And these particular rights are so protected by the Court of Justice in India or through international field through the writs of judiciary. Writs of judiciary habeas corpus mandamus statutory and coherent. According to these writs, the fundamental rights such as right to life and a right to personal liberty are protected by the code of law. So my dear students, these are the writs habeas corpus mandamus statutory coherent. According to these writs, the individuals right to life and personal liberty are safeguarded by the Court of Justice. So, my dear students, in my next video, I will discuss about other civil rights of our political science. So, my dear students, you subscribe my channel, you give your comments on my teaching and ask your problem regarding this subject. Thank you.